Welcome to Fangirl Diaries. This is your fangirl host with the most, Dani, and let's get into today's entry.
Alrighty. Lilia, I'm sad that you're technically in the room, but not in the room. You're here in spirit. Is that morbid to say? You know what we should do? You guys can't hear her. We are recording a little late at night because I just got home from a very exhausting day at a fan meet. We're recording with Lilia on the Discord. Anyway, guys, it's the end of May, the best month of the year. Why is it the best month of the year? Because it was the month that I was born. Funny enough, at the time that we're going to be dropping this, which is usually on the last day of the month or the last Wednesday of the month, I'm going to be in Thailand for a week. Exciting. So we are recording our recap a little bit earlier than usual this month. Usually we try to record it I think the Friday or so before the last Wednesday. So technically we would have recorded this on the 22nd, but I will be on a flight. So things are going to sound a little different later on for news and things like that, but I digress. So I guess we should just get into it, right, Lilia? She wooed. We really need a woo button for you for when you're not here. So I guess May was kind of a big month for me in terms of watching shows. I watched a lot. Well, not like I started a lot, finished a couple of things, and then dropped a few things here and there. So in terms of shows that I actually finished, you guys are probably going to have heard it by now. Actually, no. In the next coming weeks, I think it's not next week's episode, but the episode afterwards, I finished Only Friends Dream On, as that recently ended. Is one of the worst. I don't want to get too into it because I will get heated. I get heated in that episode. Lilia's gonna have a time editing that one, but it could have been better. It's surprising because had we not needed to do an episode on it, I probably would have dropped it. That's how much I didn't like it. After that, because of this month, I got to go to see a Down Off Road fan meet. I officially finished, well, not officially finished, I finished rewatching The Wicked Game. It's not my favorite down off-road show that has to go to Century of Love, but it was one that I really enjoyed. I think it brought out a different side of down off-road in terms of acting, at least from what I've seen. It was kind of more intense, and it made me excited to hopefully see more from them. And the fan meet itself was just so much fun. That is actually going to probably be an episode that's coming out really soon, so I hope you enjoy that. And then the last thing I actually fully finished was Exo Kitty, at least season 1. I recently started watching the all the to all the boys I loved before. That series is a mouthful. And I decided to just watch Exo Kitty, and I just have to say, vastly different from those movies. I have no I'm kind of surprised that the author of that series didn't write these into books. I think she had a hand in writing the scripts. Because it's just so different from the original, that first original film. It's kind of crazy. Then again, that film was done years ago. So it's kind of everything that I fully finished. It's kind of not a lot. I kind of was taking my time with the last stuff that I watched. And actually, the other thing is that I was watching a lot of shows that just were starting. So in terms of shows that I dropped, the first one I'm actually going to re-pick up. And it's the only reason I dropped it is because I technically dropped the streaming service recently that this was on. And I just haven't had a chance to really go after, finding another alternative and watching it at the moment. But it is Per Santa's Love You Teacher. By the time we're recording this, actually, the series has ended. It's fully finished. I kind of was just, I don't like watching shows on Viki. To me, it's not a great service in terms of watchability. You can't download them to watch on planes or anything because it only lasts 24 hours. So it's if I was to download the whole series to watch on the flight to Thailand, it would make no sense because within by time I would get there, because let's say I decide to wait, because I actually have a long layover in Dubai. If I decided oh, I'll just watch the whole series by the time I get to Dubai, it'll probably all be gone and expired. And I don't know if I can re-download it while I'm over there because I have no idea what's available in Dubai. If Viki even is available in Dubai. So that's what sucks. I just don't like Viki. So that one I dropped. I also dropped, this one I might pick up again soon. It's We Are. It is funny enough, it's a show I started back in March. I feel like this was something we should have said in April, but I tried rewatching it again recently and then I dropped it again just because I feel like I just had no time to focus on it. It is the show featuring, I believe Pon Puin's in it, Winnie Satong, and I think Owl Bloom is also in this one. I have to double check. I do want to give that one a rewatch. And then lastly, The Dating Game. This is a BL that's like on Netflix. It's about a guy who like is in love with an AI video game and he's like mad because I think they're about to destroy it. I watched like the first couple episodes and I was like, oh, okay, this is like, it's not terrible. I kind of was like, I think it's a Thai BL. I would say it's a Korean BL. I just was like, it just wasn't on my priority list. So I kind of just like stopped and it wasn't one that I was like fully interested in watching just to watch. So I let that one go. So not a lot of shows dropped, but a good amount. So in terms of shows I started, this month was a big month for like a lot of BLs dropped this month. I kind of realized. And then there's like one non-BL that I started. So to start it off, I started a show on iQIYI called Your Dear Daddy. It's about I've only watched the first episode. I think the second episode by time that we're talking about this has dropped. I just haven't had a second to watch it. Let me see. Yeah, episode 2 has dropped. It is just to kind of give you guys a quick summary. It's about I think this rich boy who he kind of just is like hooking up a lot and ends up sleeping with this like wealthy farm owner or something. And then I'm assuming because of his mom. No, wait, I'm kind of reading this down as. I guess he starts working for said farm owner, hotel owner because of a debt. That first episode, I will say, I know I'm like sucking at describing the plot because the plot really wasn't fully going that first episode, but it was interesting enough that I really do want to keep watching it. I don't think we'll do an episode on it just like anytime soon, but like I really enjoyed it. And then after that, Crazy Love Moo finally started airing. That is Boss Noel's new comedy show. I've watched the first 2 episodes. It is so freaking funny. I'm so happy these two are finally doing like a comedy series. Like Love in the Air had some like funny moments, but it was more drama. And then The Boy Next World was just all drama. This is like full blown comedy. It's giving very much me and thee. He's basically Thee's cousin, Boss's character. And I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And I can't wait to keep watching it. I also watched this month I watched a lot of non-BL stuff because I don't just watch BL all the time. But the one that I got really interested in that I would love to do an episode on is Perfect Crown. It is on Hulu if you're here in the States. It is the IU drama series about a basically rich heiress. She's an illegitimate heiress who ends up forming an alliance with like the prince of Korea. So like this alternate universe, the royal family is still a thing. And they decide to get married to kind of benefit each other. And it's really sweet, very cute. I'm loving it. I think by the time we're recording this, it will be ending soon. So I probably will be binging that. I think I can download that off Disney Plus to watch on my flight to flight to Thailand. But it's so good. I really want to finish this one because I years ago had tried watching Hotel de Luna, which is IU's other show. And I fell into the same problem where it was on fucking Viki and I just could not finish it because of Viki. I just hate that streaming service so much. I don't know why. I feel like I could do better. The other show that I started is my very first BL couple that I ever watched was Apum in my stand-in, and their new show Love Us Salam finally dropped, and I started watching that. It is so good. I love that they're kind of like not in a toxic relationship, at least not so far, and it's a very cute, loving show. It's like Pum's character is still kind of like down on his luck, but at least Up's character is not like giving him like the runaround like fucking Ming did. I am kind of happy and I hope it's like, I know there's going to be drama, but I hope it's like not toxic drama between the two of them. So I'm loving that so far. And then the last show on my list, this is one that like it's going to be, I'm going to just say that go into my monthly recommendations is Wooju Bakery. Now I know there was like a lot of drama surrounding Wooju Bakery, and the last time we did a recap, we had stated we weren't going to do that show anytime soon and I wasn't going to watch it, but some things have changed. So this month's monthly recommendation is Wooju Bakery, the Jeff Barcode series about an alien who falls in love with a bakery owner that stars them, and it was filmed in Korea, so it's technically a Korean Thai BL. I don't know how you would describe it, but I did start watching that and I really, really loved it. So I guess to kind of segue into that, we're going to talk about the news. So I believe the last time we had done a recap, the last remaining thing was that they still hadn't reached a settlement, or in terms of it being said that Jeff had not been paid for his time on Wuju Bakery. Gaga Ulala had pulled the series before it could premiere, and we were kind of just holding off. The other streaming service in Korea that I can't remember what its name is, that had the full rights to drop it from the company, the production company that bought it. They were airing it. So we were getting we were getting it on like not legal sites. That's how I saw like the first episode. I watched the first couple of minutes, and just because I wanted to kind of just like see if this was like actually being dropped, and the captions were like auto translated, so there was no like actual translated captions. And we finally, as of recently, as of this month, they did reach an agreement. I believe Jeff has been paid, and it's been agreed upon to allow the show to continue airing, which is great. I don't know if the other actors got paid. I will say the only one who's kind of been like in the forefront of this whole conversation has been Jeff. We have not heard anything from Barcode or GMM, which I guess probably for the best that GMM just like kept quiet on it. If they were handling anything behind the scenes, I guess they just didn't want it to be like out in the open, because Barcode right now is kind of filming that new William S. show, Humanic. So it makes kind of sense that they are fine with Barcode working with Jeff on like Happy Ending. I just know that they probably just want to focus on Barcode. I think it's Barcode Kin, that new pairing for now. And he's in a boy band. So it's like, just let it resolve with like, let Jeff deal with it. We don't want to really focus too much on that. We don't want to be our name too much into it. But because an agreement has been resolved, Gaga Ulala actually dropped basically the whole series within a week, because they wanted to make sure that by time the episode dropped on the other streaming service, the series finale, we got it here at the same time. So that is now available. I'm excited to fully watch it. It's crazy how that show was basically lost media, and now it's finally no longer lost media. And I think that's great. I'm happy that the actors, besides Jeff and Barcode, are finally getting to see their work, and I hope they all got paid. Speaking of Gaga Ulala, so funny enough, around the time we had recorded our last recap, I'm saying that a lot, but a lot went down between the last recap and now, like literally day of. So I didn't know this, but so I don't follow Sky Ninny at all, because I just don't. I like their mascots, but I just don't follow them at all. But they're in a new series called, I think it's pronounced Woo. It was slated to release on Gaga Ulala, and that became like a huge controversy because that's not a BL, it's a bromance. Sky Ninny does not do BLs, even though they're like kind of in a pairing and their mascots are like twins. Like they're solo artists who have their own mascots, but their mascots are considered to be twin siblings because those two are always put in series together and starring in series. So Gaga Ulala announced that they were going to have this on their show, on their streaming platform, and people were pissed because like years ago, or like a while back, they had stated they were in a tweet, a very now infamous one, that they would never have a bromance section on their app. They are a straight LGBT romance streaming service. We're not gonna do that bromance shit. And here they are dropping a bromance series, and people were pissed. They basically complained a lot. Like, I don't want to say complain, like rightfully so. And Gaga Gula stated that they were not going to air the show anymore. They had dropped the series. They removed it instantly. I think only the first episode. I'm not even sure if the first episode had dropped, but they removed it. Actually, no, yeah, the first episode hadn't even dropped, and they apologized. And it was one of those things where it's like, you guys shouldn't have done that in the first place. I although wonder, because I do believe Gaga Ulala, I think this came out a while ago. We might have talked about it once, that they have I think they have like a new contract with GMM TV where they kind of get a holdings in much of GMM's like BLs, because I can't think of the last time a GMM BL has dropped on iQIYI. I think Me and Thee was maybe the last one, because since then, like Only Friends Dream On is on Gaga Ulala. I think that one that just came up at the Chandries, I think it's on YouTube. I don't know if it's going on Gaga Ulala, but I think they have I think they have a couple more that are going to drop on there. Another show recent. Oh, that's the new tutorial show is dropping on Gokko Ulala. They announced that too. But it was one of those things where it was like, it was just really weird that suddenly they were like, we're going to drop this series. It's like, why? It was a bad move. And I think it was a bad move considering that like they had just since been praised for how they handled the Wuju bakery thing. And then they did this. But it's kind of over with. I just thought it was kind of crazy. I have like, so the series has since dropped on iQIYI. And I watched the first episode. I thought it was interesting. My only thing about it is I know that a lot of people were kind of mad because it's a bromance and it's to them very queer baiting. My stance on the idea of a bromance being a genre is if it's pure friendship and not them like obviously I don't want to, I guess queer baiting would be like them like having like what looks like romantic feelings but isn't, then I would kind of be like, okay, fine. Like it's a bromance. We should have shows where it's men having love for each other in the form of a friendship because that is important, you know, to show, you know, men, boys that like having strong relationships with one another doesn't have to be romantic, but it can be like love in the sense that it's not romantic, it's platonic friendship, you know, like most, you know, women have whatever. But from my understanding, Sky Nini has had a tendency outside of their shows and in their shows to kind of make it seem like they're going to be in a BL, but they don't do it. So I kind of understand why that was like, a lot of people were angry that this show was even happening. I watched the first episode. I kind of just played it on the background of my TV because I have iQIYI on my TV. It was okay. I might watch the second episode just to kind of, I might rewatch that first episode to kind of like try to pay attention to the plot. But it is, I'm just like, whatever. Next piece of news, we might be dropping finally Lilia will finally get to like drop this because she's been holding this episode for so long, my stubborn episode, because according to Oat, Not, which is the Omegaverse series they are going to be in, is supposedly dropping on June 30th. Now, this has only been confirmed by Oat. We have not gotten a confirmation from the company themselves. It's at the time that we're recording this, it's May 16th. They haven't said anything. I don't know about you, but I feel like if Not really was dropping June 30th, we would have gotten a teaser or something by now, or like an official announcement. I feel like it's taking too long if it really is going to happen. But who am I? Who am I? But here's hoping. I would love it if we finally got Not. I really want to see that show. Next, so we talked about this last month. Jimmy Ohm obviously has had their pairing finito. Sorry for saying it like that. And a lot of people were wondering, well, who is going to be the third paired Magic Lover? Because Magic Lover was still stated to come out. This is not one of those series where they're just going to like cancel it because it wasn't just them. It's two other pairings. During DMD Land 3, the Monday's Big Concert, after Ohm performed a really sexy cat number, I think it was after the sexy cat number, he announced that he would be keeping his role in Magic Lover and he would be getting a new pairing. Now, who that new pairing will be, we do not know yet. I'm assuming this is still why Magic Lover is still on the delay. I am going to say one quick thing on this, and I hope we don't do a whole like DMM friendship, whatever the show was called. That is usually how they set up new pairings. I know that's how like Net and JJ technically got together, but I would rather they just pair him with someone, or it'd be like a temporary pairing and we just get this show out, because I feel like if we're delaying Magic Lover to next year, it's gonna start losing its hype. Like it's so hyped up and it's like, do we really have to wait any longer? Like I think giving him a temporary partner would be best in this situation, and then for his next show, do what you gotta do. Jasper released their music video for Love Scene. You should all watch it. It is freaking amazing. These next three, I'm going to kind of just roam through really quickly. So Kim Namping, Fort Pete, and Win had all announced their fan meetings here in New York. Kim Namping is actually going to be doing one in LA. All the tickets have gone on sale. I am going to the Fort Pete one. So if you're going to the Fort Pete one in New York, you will see me there. I'm not going to King Namping. Those ticket prices were outrageous. I have so many words to say about pricing when it comes to fan meetings that I'm not going to get into here because I've already said my piece. But it's too many at once. And it's like funny because last year I feel like I was kind of getting the fatigue of like too many K-pop concerts, and now it's Thai BL fan meets. And at some point I'm just going to burn out. Or in the sense, like, I've kind of made the decision since Fort Pete that unless it's a couple I really love, I'm not buying another ticket. Like, I know that Starstruck Media is hinting at another pairing, and supposedly it's not Tudor, yeah, it's Ian Moore. I've never seen one of their shows, so I'm not seeing them. And then Boat Oat is supposedly coming to do a fan meeting here. Like, they're gonna tour a fan meeting thing. They might come to New York. If they do, I might go to that because I adore them. I might just try to get a ticket where I can at least get a signed poster, because that's kind of my thing. Is just the kind of summarize the video. It's just my frustration is you're paying an absurd amount of money for very little benefits, and half the time, even just paying for a GA ticket isn't worth it. Like going, it's like you kind of have to pay for the benefits for it to be worth it, because sometimes these shows are really short. So I'll try doing it for that. And then I keep hearing that Boston Noel is coming in, like, I want to say October. And if they do, I obviously will go. I've already met them. I have my photo with them, but I wouldn't mind going to see them again. I don't think I'll buy like a top tier ticket because I already have had my top tier experience with them, but I probably will buy like a decent enough one. We'll kind of see when all that gets announced, when it officially gets announced. DMM Land had their obviously I said this earlier, the DMD Land 3 happened. We finally got to see their mascots. I got to see my baby girl, my Hardy. She is so cute. I really, really need a keychain of her. I loved it so much. Oh my god. Let's see. I'm not going to go too much deep into this because I'm still trying to figure out what the fuck happened. But apparently, during a fan meeting in Shanghai, Pond was attacked by a Sasang, and there was this whole drama of the fact that like he still had to give her all the benefits that she paid for, such as the photo and the meet and greet, because supposedly I didn't know this about China, I guess, or I don't know how true this is, but this is what I was reading online through the Twitterverse, was that supposedly she was a minor, and for events like, because it's a BL event, BL is considered like adult, and because she's a minor, technically the company shouldn't have sold her a ticket. So I don't know how she got the ticket, but because she bought the ticket, technically she could sue and they could get in trouble because they weren't supposed to do that. So that's why they ended up giving her the benefits. And from what I've been seeing, there's been a lot of issues lately with BL fan meetings happening in China. Like, I know there, as of the day that we're recording, there's supposedly something was going on at Gemini Force. I don't know exactly what, but I think I heard it was shut down. So I don't know what this means for the future of like BL fan meets in China. I've been hearing like a lot of things have been going on. Hopefully we kind of get more of a better understanding in the coming weeks, maybe by time the next time we record our June recap. But that's kind of like all I have to say. The next thing, so there's two more pieces of news to do. One is going to be really fun, and the next one I kind of will not go too explicit, but we'll get to that when we get to that. But I kind of just want to warn everybody that it is about something that I think we all been hearing about, and I kind of just want to make my piece on it and then probably not talk about it again until something is resolved. So, but before that, round one, starring Josh Gowen, has officially been announced. GMM announced it yesterday after the finale of Only Friends Dream On. It is set to replace the canceled replay series that they were a part of with Tainu and, oh my god, who was the other couple? It doesn't even matter. The show's not existing. It was Tainu and someone else. I can't remember. But this is the first. Actually, I should look it up. Hold on. So, Replay was the series that was supposed to start Josh Gowen, Tainu, and Ponpuin. I don't know how I forgot this was supposed to be the new Ponpuin announced show. So round one is the first, I'm assuming, of 3 new shows that we will get announcements to replace Replay. I'm still disappointed that we're not getting Replay. I understand why, because of the controversy, but for me it sounded interesting, but it is what it is. Round one looks really interesting. It's kind of like a Groundhog Day situation where they're kind of replaying the same day over and over again. So I'm indifferent when it comes to Josh and Gowen. I'm not their biggest fan in terms of like, it was nothing against them specifically. I just didn't like My Golden Blood. And then I was not a fan of Only Friends Dream On, and you'll kind of hear why. So I'm hoping this one, when it eventually comes out, hopefully it doesn't take too long. Then again, who knows, with all the shows they still have to film for other couples. I hope this one's really good so that, I'll actually maybe feel different about them. This is going to be a really short recap because we're almost done. So the last piece of news, I kind of not going to express names and things like that. So I am going to put right here, I'm going to say trigger warning. I really don't want to get too explicit. I don't want to mention names because it's a lot of names. I just kind of want to bring this up because it was such a big deal. This is one of those pieces of news that you kind of I almost feel like I don't want to mention because it's really so sad, everything that is going on. And I feel like I should be saying something because we do talk a lot about BLs and things like that. So I apologize if I will mention some names. I'm not going to go too explicit on what's been going on in terms of I'm just going to say what I have to say. If you want to listen to it, let's just get this done. So I don't know much about the people involved. I know that the two main people, or like when it comes to the three main factors, it's basically two brothers of one of the richest families in Thailand. One of the older brother's wife, who apparently is I'm assuming she's a former GMM TV actress. And what has been revealed is that the younger brother, I believe it's Piscott. I really like, that's why I don't want to mention because I don't want to butcher names. He has revealed that when he was younger, his brother had done really horrifying, disgusting things to him. After he had admitted to his brother that their nanny maid, whatever she was, had also done some really horrifying, disgusting things to him. He has revealed this to the public, I believe, due to the fact that I think his family is trying to sue him out of an inheritance his grandfather has left him, because they, I don't think that's the main thing. I think his mom is now suing him for the inheritance since he has revealed this. I believe it's because his family has been, basically telling him that he's lying. There's a lot about this case that like I've kind of read the gist of it, and the reason why I'm bringing this up is because due to the fact that the woman involved in this, the wife of the brother, is a former GMM actress. She garnered a lot of support from a lot of actors who are in BL. Her husband had posted on her account. Supposedly, I think it was something in regards to, from what I'm hearing, a deed to something, and then he had posted his side. I don't remember, but a lot of these actors were liking her post. And when the younger brother released an audio of the older brother basically admitting to doing what he said he did, these actors gained a lot, rightfully so, backlash from their fans. And while the full focus should be on the victim in all of this, and I pray, I may be a Catholic, but I'm not a practicing Catholic, but I do pray sometimes. I do pray that he gets the justice he deserves because what he went through is utterly horrific. I do understand the anger from a lot of fans, but I do think that a lot of the focus shifted more towards the actors. And I'm not saying it shouldn't be a focus. And a lot of these actors have since apologized. And yes, they should have known better. I will say this. They should have known better, and they're adults. A lot of the apologies were not great. I think we're kind of not focusing on the big picture here. I will say some of the actors specifically, I know we recently dropped an episode of a show that one of the actors who was involved in the situation was in. He has since apologized fully. It was since revealed today that the wife of the brother who did this admitted that she had not heard the audio before and that she would be stepping back. She's currently pregnant. I will say this, and this is why I'm like, it's kind of weird having these sort of situations come out in the public because public perception can kind of get thrown off. Because I understand wanting to defend a victim, but sometimes we go a little far. Please do not wish harm on her child. To me, I think she's a victim in the smallest sense of like, maybe she really didn't know and they convinced her that the brother was in the wrong, because I know he had stated he had tried speaking to her before their wedding. But again, we don't know what she was told. We don't know if a million things. And I know I've heard things about their relationship. I cannot say one or other things because we don't know her personally. She's probably been through a lot. it's kind of just hard, but I just don't like the idea of people wishing harm on her child, her unborn child. That child is innocent. That child is about to grow up with really horrifying people as parents, especially as a father. I think we really should be sending all our support is to the victim. To the actors who have apologized, I hope they learn a lesson in terms of, and all of them are adults, but this is a lesson, unfortunately, sometimes we have to learn again and again, that take a step back before you decide that you're going to side with someone in a situation. You know, you guys are public figures. Even if this had been, even if the younger brother had been lying, to support the monster in this, like, right? Like, let's say the scenario was that he didn't do it. You don't show support until it fully comes out. And as of right now, there is evidence that he did do it. So now you look really bad. I think a proper apology should always be the first thing. One of the actors that, okay, so it was Tay. I don't know why I'm trying to beat around the bush. I think it's kind of one of those things where I don't know what to say, but I don't know how to really talk about this situation because it is so horrifying, and I could not listen to the audio. I could not read. I did not want to read the description because hearing what his brother had did, it's just it. I don't understand how an older brother could do that to a younger sibling. I mean, I have a younger brother. I could never think about harming my brother in that way. It's so disgusting. It's so sad. And his whole family can go to fucking hell. I'll say that. I don't know if that's going to get us like in trouble with YouTube, but fuck them. And I know it's really hard for a lot of celebrities I've been hearing, or from people in Thai, if you are a Thai citizen, to speak out because defamation lawsuits are kind of like really hard, like strict over there, that technically you could get sued by this family. But I'm not from Thailand. I'm not Thai. I don't have a Thai passport. I'm not a citizen of Thailand at the moment. So fuck them. I will say that. Fuck them. I really think Tay, in terms of Tay, I feel like we're kind of way past already his involvement in the fact that he had liked this post and then apologized, and his apology was more towards his friend and not towards the victim. I think at this point, let's just move past it. If you don't want to watch or support his shows, that is your decision. But I don't think the main focus should be on that. I will say this. I have since unfollowed Sammy because I know that I don't believe she has apologized at all. And lately there have been some questioning things about her. So that's where I'm putting my footing in. I have to make sure I unfollowed her and everything because that made me angry. But that's kind of all I wanted to say. I think let's not use this to start fan wars because that's what I've been seeing. Let's focus on the important things and go from there. Okay, so now to just kind of get past that, so we're gonna end our news section with a little happier news. And that is, it was recently announced that BTS will be joining legendary singers Madonna and Shakira in the halftime show for the FIFA World Cup. And they will be performing it at the horribly named New York, New Jersey Stadium. It's MetLife. I am that type of person who still calls Citi Field Shea Stadium. I know it's just for the FIFA World Cup, but New York, New Jersey Stadium sounds like a dumpster fire. But the good news is that, yeah, BTS will be performing. I believe the halftime show is only 11 minutes, so we have yet to see if they're going to perform their own personal song or if it's going to be like a collaboration song between all three artists. This will be the second time that Jungkook is participating in the World Cup. This time, though, with his brothers, his bandmates, his Dani. So we are really excited about that. And it's great because then 2 weeks after that, me and Lilia will be seeing them live in concert. So that is so exciting. We're so proud of them as always. It's great when these achievements happen. They deserve it. They have really proven themselves to be one of the biggest artists of this generation, and to come from a genre that really hasn't been, seen by this internationally. I will say, they have paved the way. It's not about being the first. It's about doing things that opens more and more doors. So we are proud of them. We are excited for them. And that's kind of all I have to say. Lilia, is there any other news that you think I should mention? Lily just reminded me, Cat's Eye is going on tour. Now, I know a lot of people are still iffy when it comes to Cat's Eye. I'm really seeing a lot of hate for them, and I really don't understand. I know the whole thing with Manon is like a whole situation. I understand that there might be some racial implications to this. In my opinion, I think the reason why they haven't fully stated that she is out of the group, and I saw someone say this online, I'm pretty sure it's because they probably have some sponsorship deals, like commercials and stuff that feature her in it that were filmed before she went on quote unquote hiatus that still have to be released. And until those are released and the contracts are up, then they can state it. I'm assuming, considering the tour is happening, that we might get an announcement before the tour. Because, like, literally, we had that whole Gap sweater thing and she was a part of it. So I do think we're going to get an announcement soon enough. I know people are mad that she's leaving. If she does end up leaving, I know that people didn't like Pinky Up. I enjoyed Pinky Up. I think it's just because I find their music to be fun, like music for me to like dance to, and just like do whatever. Like I like fun rave music. I don't go to raves and things like that, but I love fun, silly music like that. And they're going on tour. The tickets go on sale on my birthday. I will not be buying a ticket during the sale because I am saving my money for Thailand. Hopefully by and also the concert's in fucking October. I hate, like, it's funny because like tickets will go on sale for these tours so early, and then it's like, what the fuck happens if I can't go in October? So I'll probably wait a little bit closer to the show and try to get a ticket then. They're gonna be at UBS Arena. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, what are they gonna do? The same songs they did last tour and then 5 new ones? So what? The only reason they're going into a bigger venue is because MSG sold out like fucking fast. And also, like, no joke, I tried getting a ticket to the theater at MSG for their show right before the show started. And even right as the concert was ending, the tickets on resale were still $400. So clearly there's a demand. And, they can, add more songs in terms of like them doing covers. Groups do it all the time. Hell, I think I saw Blackpink at that arena during their first tour, and they did cover songs. And then I think they brought Dua Lipa in because they did Kiss and Make Up. Literally, they brought Dua Lipa during my show. And I think they did do like 4 fucking times, if I remember correctly. Or it's just because I kept hearing it. So it's not unusual for a group to be doing this. I do think it's kind of ridiculous. People are like, why are they going on tour? It's because there's a demand. And they're going to keep touring them. And it's whatever. But yeah, that's exciting. I think that kind of is all the news at the moment. I'm kind of like looking in. There's not much. Oh, I guess I'll mention this here because I don't know where else I got to mention this, but so Noel's birthday is on Monday. So this weekend or actually as the time of recording this, his birthday will be on the 18th. So long after we drop this, he did a birthday concert, as he does. I know that they do that all the time. Can I just say, my man was looking sassy. Sexy. He opened his shirt at one point. I was like, damn. And Boss was there and it was really cute. So I need to go to one of these concerts is what I'm saying. It was so good. I love him. And so we're recording this today, the Dow Off-Road event. And the only reason I'm bringing it up is that I think Lilia is going to love when I say this. I was showing the person I was sitting next to the videos of Noel because we were talking about him. And she pointed out that his hairstyle was very much the Jimin effect because he has long blonde hair. Like, it's very much giving Jimin, Lilia. Like, I sent a video to myself. I sent one of the videos to myself. I'm going to send it to you. I'm telling you, Jimin has started a notion. He has started a movement. And that is long blonde. I mean, to be fair, Noel has had long blonde hair before, but it's just the way that it looks. And considering Jimin right now has the same style of hair, that I'm like, it looks really similar. Oh my God. I just remembered we have one more piece of news. So I think the reason why I almost forgot about this one is that unfortunately a piece of news we spoke about earlier, it does involve Tay. This is a Tay news. So weird timing in all of this. But I think at this point, if you are excited for this show, be excited. If you decide you're not going to watch it, don't watch it. I will be watching it because I'm kind of curious how this is going to go. But it was officially announced that A Dog in a Plane will be dropping at the end of the month. I believe the first episode is dropping on May 29th, which is exciting. I have no idea which streaming. I don't think it's. I'm hoping it's going to be on iQIYI. It's probably going to drop on Gaga Ulala, knowing where it's going. Because as of right now, I'm looking at the poster. It just says 131, which is not. Who knows? Maybe I'll have seen the first episode while I'm in Thailand. And funny enough, and this kind of involves me, they did announce a Love at First Flight for episode 1 kind of viewing thing that they kind of always do. I am going to be in Thailand when those tickets drop. So who knows? Maybe I'll get a ticket for that. But yeah, Tay New's new show. It's about a flight attendant who clashes with 3 EMTs and his bag gets exchanged. And then it's kind of like one of those. Will they? Won't they? I like Tay's character apparently steals some of New's character's belongings, and to kind of be like, hey, I'm not gonna get you arrested. You're gonna play undercover cop for me and see if my boyfriend's cheating on me. And it turns out he is. And it's like this whole drama kind of revolving about that. It's kind of like the quick gist. Actually, looking at the synopsis, Tay's character's name is Toto. That's wild. And that's wild because it's a dog and a plane. So he's the dog. That's funny. So I will be watching. Lilia will not be watching, but we will be supporting Lilia. You will have Lilia. Maybe you should watch the first episode. You know, you got to support Pokusan. She said yes. Isn't that great, guys? Anyway, let's end on that note. So we're going to go to my monthly rankings. These are very much it's my birthday month and it's our first year doing this. So it's very much reflecting of like my top favorites and not just my month favorites. And then ones like the songs that I think will fit the best. So for my boy of the month, I have to pick my sweet baby boy, Nat, who just became a parent this month with his lovely little princess daughter, Hardy. He is like, if I had to pick if you had to take all the Thai BL actors that I adore, and you told me to pick one to be like my ult bias, it would be him. He is just so sweet. He's so cute. I always just get whenever I'm like sad, sometimes I will watch videos of him and he just makes me so, so happy. I love him. I adore him. He is my son. If his daughter is my granddaughter, as we were saying, he is my son. I love him. I love him. I love him. So he is my boy of the month for May. For our show of the month, funny enough, speaking about Boss and Noel, and we did mention Fort and Pete earlier, it is Love in the Air. That is a show that if I could watch again for the first time, it would be that show. I adore it. I think I just will pick a random episode and just watch it off the cuff. Those 4 are fantastic. I would love if they ever did a show all together. I think the chemistry they just all had was great, and it's just a fun watch. So it is my show of the month. Love in the air. Love in the air. That's the theme. And, you know, I guess it works because Noel's birthday is also this month. So it works for my show of the month pick. For my song of the month, I kind of was listening to like all the songs I was listening to all the songs. So stupid. I was trying to figure out what song I kind of wanted to represent May. And because really it's representing my birthday. I kind of wanted something cutesy and sweet, kind of with like my first pick. And then my second pick is also like not cutesy, but it's like very romantic. I picked Magnetic by Illit. I don't know what it is about the song that I just really, really love it. It's something because I've listened to it a couple times this month, but I don't know. It really fits the aura of May. I think because it's springtime and that it just has a bubbly, sweet first crush type song. You know what I mean, Lilia? Lilia's right. You didn't hear her, but she said it has that Cupid effect by 50/50, which was like 2 years ago, I think at this point. So I think that's what it is. It's giving me May vibes. So it's Magnetic by Illit. And then for my couple of the month, I kind of was trying to figure out who I was going to pick. And since they have returned with a new show, and they were technically my first BL couple, I am picking up whom I adore them. My stand-in was like Chef Kisses, one of my favorite, the perfect amount of drama, romance, talks, all that crazy stuff. And their new show, I've been loving it. And they are fantastic actors. and they're great. And they've been obviously they have been posting stuff like before the show came out, obviously, because they're a pairing they've been doing a lot. But I've been loving watching them just be so excited and happy for their new show. So I had to pick them for this month. So yeah, that's kind of it for this month. I know that, like I said, we're kind of recording this rather early. If more news comes out between the 17th and not the 21st, between the 17th and I think the 20th, you'll probably hear it because we'll add it in. So who knows why you're hearing this part now, but you will. But yeah, as of right now, I'm in Thailand, probably enjoying the beautiful weather, the beach, and I don't know, maybe when this drops, I'm at GMM and buying merch. Who knows? But when I come back in June, because I will be back the first week of June, I'll definitely drop a mini entry kind of explaining much of my trip and anything that I see and do. So like I said, I will definitely record a mini entry of my adventures. So who knows, maybe I'll see some BL actors while I'm over there. Obviously, I'm not going to invade their privacy, but like I don't know. You just never know who you might see there. I probably will bring back a ton of like merch. I definitely am going to be that person that brings in like if there's any like food or makeup packaging with them on it, I'll probably bring that home and I'll tell you guys all about it. So, I hope you enjoy the rest of the month of May and we start a fantastic summer soon. And I will see you guys in the next one. Actually, to kind of preface this, our next episode after our recap this month will be, oh God, it's going to be Only Friends. Oh, that's going to be an intense, fun one for me. So we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.
All right, guys, that's it for this entry. Make sure to follow us on all of our social media accounts. On Twitter, you can find us at FG Diaries Pod. On Tumblr, TikTok, and Instagram, you'll find us at FG Diaries Podcast. Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe, and hope you all have a wonderful fangirly day.